There are some courses in the Hudson Valley that are now at 180 hours. 2 instructors in Otsego County had courses at different hour lengths. So, and I suppose you can do that. I mean, they've been given the freedom to kind of put this together the way they want.
I guess you're supposed to use some creativity. You can do some hybrid courses in there. For example, every course has got to do ICS 100, 700. That's all done online. You bring in your certs, it's a done deal. So that's the intention of this. The other concern financially that I've seen raised from a CME perspective is anybody who's recerted in the last 18 months is going to have to take this transition material. Essentially, you have to recert in the next 18 months till that June 30th, 2014.
But it's
correct?
agency-based. They'd like you to have the material at the agency level. We have no means to go around and police the last year of your card.
Yeah.
If your card expires.
Right.
But it becomes a standard of care if we said that everyone's going to be at this level. It becomes a standard of care, and if there's an issue, if your agency didn't help bring you up to that level in the CME program.
Yeah, the agency's on the hook.
But the agency's on the hook anyway with the CME program.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22.
It-
It's a non-funded mandate. There is no other name for it.
There it is.
I'll put it out there.
There was another concern expressed to me about paramedics recerting under the CME program, but still having to take, I was told that they were told they would have to take a full refresher course. Now, that doesn't seem
No,
correct to me by
That
looking
is
at the
not
stuff
correct.
last night, so.
no. Roughly, the paramedics have 3 hours as the sheets are tentatively worked out,
Okay.
but the 3 hours have not been defined as of yet, and they're gonna get to that. It's
Okay.
just, we're learning this just as much.
Well-
Only 3 hours, Mayor?
Yeah.
Only 3 hours, you said?
All right.
Correct.
The
The other
critical care is going to be the one, because they have to do the EMT 13 as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be a little sticky for the
But
CCs.
I mean, as onerous as this may be, and it hasn't come out in an email yet, or a policy, there will be a policy statement coming out shortly. They're gonna allow you to do half of your time as online or other materials, as opposed to in front of an instructor.
Okay.
The CIC still has to accept it, but it's half of your core and half of the fluffernutter material. Well, that's how if you refer to it, it's very, it's very distinct, you know.
Well, the other thing that I've heard is that when people are trying to contact the department about this, the department has not been terribly helpful. There's been a lot of, well, go to the website. So, I don't know.
People are calling up with very vague questions, when if they look at the website, look at the forms for the CME program especially, and then come back with the questions,
Well,
it makes a lot more sense.
That's what I thought, looking at the stuff last night. I thought, well, this is fairly straightforward here. I mean,
Correct.
So,
Because one of the first questions is, have you looked at the material on the website? Have you looked at the new forms?
right,
Yes or no? Look at them and then see if you still have questions.
okay.
Because it's hard to explain it to a person if they're not looking at it either.
Well, thank you. This conversation's been very helpful to me because I am going to bring it up at Systems Committee to see what other people are experiencing, and then we'll see what we do with it. But thank you.
I had one question, come several times from some new EMT students. They want to know about getting their national registry card. They believe that they will be testing, they were under the assumption they would test as national registry.
We've adopted the national standards. We have not adopted the national
National
registry.
They're two different things.
There is a question, and a frequently asked question on the website about that. If you go to the line of frequently asked questions,
Well, I'm
it's down
talking
towards
about
the end.
very new EMTs, first
Yeah.
time taking an EMT course, and they hear that we've adopted the national standards, they think, oh, I'm gonna get a national registry card, I can move to North Carolina next year and get a job as an EMT.
No.
And I said, I wouldn't count on that.
The other concern I heard was that some current EMS providers and prospective EMS providers will just say, too many hours, I'm done, I'm not doing this. So, I don't know if that'll happen or not.
Where we expect to see that, and that may happen, is at the current intermediate level.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We think that's where the largest shift is going to be.
yeah.
Just for the record, we have 19 intermediates currently active in this 6-county region.
There's only
19.
200 and some in the whole state.
No, there's, I can tell you, because we pulled it up.
7 of those 19 are at CMT.
Oh,
870 in the state.
870.
Really? There's that many?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's 19 in this.
And they have until 15, June 30th of 15 to meet the standards.
Right.
I haven't had any feedback from any of them yet.
Okay.
There's only 93 intermediate agencies in the whole state.
Well, part of the reason I bring it up is because I wasn't sure how many people in our region were actually aware of the requirements, so I'm trying to make it a little bit of an issue out of it. But it sounds like people are mostly aware of it.
Yeah, there were quite a few people at the instructor update, I can't remember now, but they are all well aware of it.
The other concern that came to my attention yesterday was that some of my colleagues around the state are having trouble getting people cleared in terms of reciprocity. Some people have been waiting over a year to get cleared. So I don't know what the holdup is with that. I don't know if anybody else is having that problem. I got 3 people down in the western part of the state and 1 person in Rochester that,
If you want to email me their names, I can, when I'm over in central office, I'll hand deliver it to the person. and get them.
yeah, I'll do a little dig at the names. I did not get names, but
You know
I can-
agencies.
I know where to get them, so I will do that. The other thing is, it's really a CMT issue. I'm gathering that we are probably the second largest purveyor of blank PCRs in the state of New York.
I gave your name out to everyone, I'll be
Yes, you
honest.
did. We ordered,
We ordered 22,000.
22,000, and we
PCRs
sold
with-
most of them at cost from far away as Malone and the southern Hudson Valley, and I don't know where else.
For Racket Lake, Malone, Poughkeepsie,
I don't know if there's something wrong with that.
but I actually sold over 13,000 PCRs since the state had their little gap. And,
Racket Lake is not a high volume user of PCR.
well, it was very interesting
They
because
ordered 10.
they ordered 500.
They ordered 500.
They got 250, they thought they needed more and got another 250.
They do about 10 runs a year.
And I tried to discourage them, saying version 6 will probably be out before you run out of your version 5 PCRs. I was very honest with these very small agencies that I said, you may only want to get 250 now because at some point version 6 will be coming out. And then you can have a PCR that, yeah, although the state will still accept them, and I'm not sure they're going to accept them 10 years from now. So, yeah, I've sold over 13,000 PCRs.
Well, it sounds like Phil has some on offer, but if anybody else is short.
Just
Yeah, I will be glad. I don't want to dig into CMT's business here, but I don't want to destroy your business plan. But,
well, it's not. There's no profit in it.
No.
It's exactly what we get them
I know,
for,
I'm just saying.
plus postage. I go and I weigh them and write in how much postage costs, total it up, slip the invoice in, tape them up, and send them out. So it's more of a service.
Racket Lake is a very famous squad. It has the longest ground ambulance transport to the nearest hospital of any agency in the state, 71 miles to the nearest hospital. Wow. No matter what direction they go in it, Racket Lake Fire Department is 71 miles from Saranac, Glen Falls, and community.
That's the end of my report, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much. Program director meeting.
There is a program directors meeting coming up in October. I believe it's October 2nd. It's going to be in Guilderland, and I don't have any other further details on it yet.
And program updates.
No other program updates, sir?
Okay. A REMAC report.
We met today, approved Dr. Hatchman as the new medical director for Garrettsville, approved Mars Agency resuming ALS service with a new ALS provider, approved CMT going to ePCR with the image trends vendor. Informational only was Franklin is now operating at BLS level. There was a question from Nathan Latour Pharmacy, which was directed to Dr. D. Fowler and their local agencies. And protocol feedback is still appreciated to Remo, Dr. Daly. We discussed sort of off the record the use of fentanyl and what that impact has been on the region. It's generally positive. We believe that all hospitals will be complying with the narrowbanding mandate. And then we had an executive session.
Okay, thank you. County reports, Delaware County.
It's still there.
Yeah. At Seago?
We got one EMT class going and one soon to go, and it's gonna be 30+ students between the two of them. Business as usual. The only other thing is Dr. Fowler and the director in the emergency department, he'll be leaving as of December 31st, I believe.
21st.
21st.
So we'll miss him a little bit.
Yeah.
You can meet him at the Albany VA.
Pardon?
You can meet him at the Albany VA in the,
Okay, is Schoharie?
Nobody here?
Nobody here from Schoharie. Montgomery?
Pretty much business as usual. Upcoming courses, AMLS, October 11th and 18th, 8 to 5 at GAVAC, it's a full course. And we're having a CME Marathon Day, October 25th. I don't know if the topics are out for that yet, but they will be on our
Mickey hasn't
Facebook
told me
page.
yet.
So,
Gee, we only got up to YouTube, and here you guys are on Facebook already, holy smokes.
Do you publish electronic flyers with those? Do you have a distribution list?
we can.
I
We
put them
have
on the
not
web, when
to
I
this
get notice
point,
from them, I
'cause
put
we give
it on
to
the
Phil, he
website.
usually posts it on his
Okay.
website as well.
But when you send it to Phil, would you just include me and
Absolutely.
Okay. Fulton?
Nothing new.
Hamilton?
No, bears haven't gone to hibernation yet, that's a good sign.
Any old business? Old business, any new business? If not,
Well, I need a letter from the region about CPCRs for us.
Yeah.
That's one of the requirements that I have to fulfill, or need to fulfill.
I will gladly send it to you, I'll send it electronically, and how, you like it electronically, or like it by snail mail, or both?
Both, please.
Both, please.
Both.
Belts and suspenders, as you said to me.
45 cents, we will throw the 45 cents into the till, absolutely.
Thank you.
Into the economy, absolutely.
because of the rubber stamp.
Forever stamp, use the forever stamp, that's right.
Hey, I've got 3
Yeah, we depend on state money, I use the forever stamp. Yeah.
Okay, we have no other business. Motion for adjournment?
Before you go, just touch it over. I'd just like to announce they're presently work with Mark Spezio and Travis Howe of Mountain Lakes to put together a CLI course in Mountain Lakes on January 29th, I think it's the 26th, the last weekend. So tentatively, that's been, we've agreed to that. We're putting in paperwork for the state as we speak. But I just thought, in case, hold the date. Hold the date.
Rich, if you will just send me an email on it, I'll
As
put it on
soon
the
as we
web-
get the state confirmation, we'll send that out. I just thought we kind
I'll put it on the
of
web.
start putting it out there.
I'll put it on the website.
26.
There's a chance to get your CIC and a chance to get your CLI.
Good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I do have a small item in state council, actually. First is that our next meeting, aside from the October meeting, will be January 29th and 30th, I believe. We don't have any dates any further than that. And Tom Pasquarelli has agreed to be my alternate. I am supposed to write the letter, but I suppose we ought to have just that affirmed here by the council.
So we did that last time.
Huh?
So we did that last
No,
time.
Tom
No,
expressed an interest.
No, we talked about it, but I don't think we really
So moved.
formally approved it.
Happy to give it up.
Trying to get rid of a job.
George indicated she didn't want it anymore, and Tom's indicated that he'll be there on the 3rd and 4th, and I will make sure that he learns the ropes a bit. And,
Excellent. There were a few ropes to learn.
yeah, there are. Yeah. So if we can have a motion about that.
Okay, motion made by Joyce Malidi. Do I have a second? Second by Don Fleur.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You say adjourned, sir?
Stand adjourned.
Okay.
Have a nice one.
Let me turn on.